is freaking huge. There are a lot of them who are really, really, really good, and additionally, they don't care whether or not you want to play defensively or play for endgame. They will fly at you, and they will try and get their elimination points, and they will do everything possible. What that ends up meaning is that sometimes you'll see players able to string off these massive elimination games, but then also other times you'll see players like Mongrel not make it to the finals. Like Benji and Mongrel not make it to the Duo FNCS Grand Finals. Like, there are ways you can get massive swings there in Europe because there are so many players. It creates for some really interesting storylines, really interesting gameplay, and a little bit of animosity between the players at times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reason of pride, first and foremost, because it doesn't matter if it's your drop spot, your playstyle, you want to own it. I think that you were alluding to Benji and Mongrel. I think that's what ended up happening. So what he's saying, hard place to fight, especially against people like Nate and Andalex. Now when it's all solos, these guys will be playing individually. So we'll see. Maybe there's a four-way brawl out in these upcoming weeks and opens, though.
Legendary Silence AR as well as the Mythic Drum Gun, but valuing that first shot accuracy coming out, hits the 333 tags. Know he has that player down to at least 101, follows up right away with an RPG tag, looking to continue pressuring forward, has the option to swap to that drum gun if he wants to swap through. There he goes, phasing on through, player trying to retreat desperately down into one of the salty string basements, but Mage is having none of it. Look at the Relentless, look at the piece control, already has the ramp behind him, but
people have to care about, so we'll have opportunities like this where you can close in the distance. It'll happen, only 2 shots taken, but now we'll see Crew can actually get into this fight fast. Doesn't have to close the distance as much because he's waited for this player to come forward first. Although a lot of these bows will be full wood and be able to be taken out quickly, it'll make the positioning a lot more volatile. These players will have the chance to move out of boxes quick, but oh my god, gets right in. Doesn't even matter. The skill disparity too high between these two players. Cruon gets out of there fast, gets that pickup, and now controls the entire bridge and possible lake of Misty Meadows.
The Shio, the one thing I am going to say, particularly with the return of official broadcast, as Mage just rips him apart there. That's why he carries the first shot accuracy gun. Wasn't even close. Gets a nice little refresh there. But with the return of the broadcast and the FNCS Invitational, and just with how prominent...
Yeah, I mean, I can give you an example as well, right? If Sundown was an up-and-coming top player and an idol, and his name was Sunfishy the whole time, he wouldn't have his own brand, right? He wants people to rep the Down clan, in a sense. So, if you could have the option to be a fishy man yourself, start a whole trend, I think that's really cool. Make a brand of your own, make sure it catches on, make sure it's appropriate. Right now, Mage looking to do nasty things in boxes, though. Once again, ending fight so quick, did he even miss a shot there?
I mean, both with their pumps. It was just a question of who followed up afterward. How Lermita was only able to put, I say only, score 45 points, but then we go back and we look right away at the leaderboard and we see in the top is 100 and something points. Those are those players who are that much better than the rest of the field, playing aggressively, and that's what you're going to see out of somebody who won an FNCS Duos week. Mage and Cast Street are very good, they're very aggressive, and when they're playing at their best of the best, they're going to be able to do things like this.
On the back end of an AR beam, whenever he takes it, it'll be huge. A lot of headshots there at the same time as a grappler to close the distance. This is Sky's loadout. That's very close. But the storm's coming, so this fight has to be super quick. And although not at the prowess of Mage, he's trying to end this fight, at least get a lot of control fast. It's going to be hard to react, but this person on the defense has added some builds of their own. Gets a shot off from the left. Musio is actually caught off guard. Once again, going up with the stair replacement method, gets the wall, doesn't actually get the predict for a second time, gets the box in though all the way around. Now it'll be a stair flip coming in. The SMG is not going to be enough. It is not a mythic drum gun. Even if you connect all the shots, there's room for attack to have a say. He gets that elimination out quick and now has the grappler to kind of catch up with the zone.
He's looking to full set. He's looking to get points. 7 elims already, up to 31 points.
Yeah, almost matching the amount of players that are in the lobby with the points right now, and my god, like,
dude, he's just better. Like, that's not even, honestly, that's what it would look like. He's just gonna follow him, Shio.
I mean, he's got the pressure out from everyone. This player not showing an ounce of defense whatsoever, just escapism 24/7, is gonna be a target for Mage. And I can probably count to 10 and see this fight just ending fast. He gets all the way in. 4 more seconds left. I think he's gonna have the edits, have the ability to catch up on repositioning. That's one thing as well. Every time Mage goes for one of these walls, every time he gets it or gets a shot off, it causes the other player to reposition. When that happens, he has another opening to get another shot in, and him being so adept, knowing when these changes happen, he's on your head, whether it's with his gun or his own mind, and he ends that fight in a matter of seconds. This is going to be one of the biggest pop-off games I've seen Mage have.
He honestly doesn't care. And this is what we talk about, particularly with the eliminations being weighted at 4 per point and with the skill disparity coming through here. He wants to capitalize on those. He wants to guarantee he's playing in that top 600 because, as we said at the top of the show, this is one of the players who you would keep an eye on and say, they could make that final lobby. They could make and be one of the top 100 in the regions. He's probably one of 3 or 4 who are playing in the European Open today who are worthy of that. So if you want to see kind of what a really good player looks like when he's going through, watch what Mage is doing here. Look at kind of the difference. And one thing you noted here is how well he moves with his opponent. The opponent is trying to disengage, but because of the disengage tools available in this season, generally you're always able to be followed, and Mage is just following and destroying and eliminating and saying, you can get out of my lobby. The question is, at what point, if you're playing like this with Mage, do you drop that legendary AR and opt to pick up the floppers? Because he's not really shooting it anymore, right? He's just going box to box at this point. Like, when he was rotating through, like, sure, he was using that as part of his game plan. But now, with the amount of medium ammo he has for that drum gun, I'm not sure I really see kind of the use case for the legendary AR unless he swaps over to playing kind of more of a gatekeeping rifling style. Then, sure, I like it as having the option there. But if he's just going to keep flying at people and going full send, I expect him to go back and pick up the floppers.
Care package even touches one of these builds.
But the one thing to note is Emusio does have the high ground advantage, also has the grappler, is going to be able to get himself up, will get a launch pad out of this, as well as, honestly, his...
Nope.
Nope. Yep.
Nope.
Never mind. Yep. Never mind.
Nope. Well, I'm telling you, we can't predict anything.
He should. So I didn't expect him to stay after popping it. I expected him to grab the launch pad and dip, but Mage wasn't going to give him that option. So very well done there. And now we see Mage opting to drop the drum gun. He has now dropped the drum gun for the Mythic AR. He's picking up Sky's loadout plus a pump and the rocket launcher, and he just drills it to the face. Mars, ta, easy. Well, that was easy for Mage. Swaps over to that AR. 2 tags going out, almost hitting the top 20. 61 points right now from Mage. The Week 1 Duos winner with Castery is a shark in the tiniest of ponds, just cleaning up on everyone in this first game of the Opens. Honestly, I wouldn't expect him to get challenged if at all this game, if at all this round, maybe in the later games, but he looks like he's playing some really good Fortnite today.
I mean, he can still do it if he chooses not to. 4 launch pads that he hasn't touched since the start of this game, mind you, as Sundown said too, the first game, at 0 points. So 63 points all the way accrued in just 1 game. One of the highest ground positions, 14 eliminations overall. Now with Sky's loadout, a legendary RPG as well. With so many people around him, if you're not at 100 effective HP, I think your reign is over. We talked about people getting airdrops opened up on the lobby. Even if you're in a good position, if you're in zone, Mage is looking at you, and he's going to be at your door in a matter of seconds.
Also, one thing to note, we talk about first and second game. We mean that in terms of the broadcast. For those of you who don't know, this is fully open, which means there are multiple lobbies going on at once. And then as we move through the Invitational, there are still going to be multiple lobbies until we get down to the final week where it will be the top 100. So there is going to be a little bit of differences there. This could be Mage's first game. He could have maybe got a little bit start, or maybe we're just popping in because we wanted to see how he did this. Because right now, 16 elims, has full control of it, and he's done it by playing hyper aggressive the entire time. And this is one of the strategies we wanted to talk about coming out of the first game. How strong can a mythic point be? If Mage... Oh no, he had the grappler as well. Good job to catch himself. I thought he was going to be able to flip over. Sorry, I get a little bit of vertigo every time because I'm definitely afraid of heights. But Mage able to get himself go up there, take the grappler over on the side and maintain his high ground, and also pull over to the correct edge of zone. So now everyone is going to be pushing into him on height with this mythic AR, with the legendary rocket launcher. Epic shotgun, just raining shots down there though. Look at that! Nice little double coming out. 2 rockets back to back, and he can just rain down. Not sure if he's playing Fortnite or Unreal Tournament since rockets just flying from the top down, but Mage wants to clean it out, wants to make it a 100-point game here, Shyo. He wants the 20 bomb, wants to get everything out of it. Can he make it happen, though? Grappler into the spray. Needs one more. Mage, 20 bomb on the stream. Do it. Second game back. I want to see it. Just do it. Punish the player. There's nothing left for him to do on the low ground. RPG hits. It's Mage's world. We're just living in it. We talked about the Shark in the smallest of ponds. The Week 1 FNCS Duos winner is going to be able to close this out here in a second. There is not a chance this other player takes it away from him. Like, there's no way. Look at that. Mage takes it out. 20 bomb. 113 points.
So keep that in mind. We've got Castry in 8th at 141. That is Mage's old duo partner. So to see his duo up there as well, dudes, we're in for some games. What do you guys think?